welcome back to RCK, which of course stands for
Rabbit, Caterpillar, Kangaroo.
Of course, that's what it stands for. Yep, no questions. All right, friends, well, welcome back. We are so excited to be here with you. We are back for our weekly videos starting this week. So stay tuned and check our YouTube channel because we are going to have awesome videos for you. So thanks for hanging out, and we are so glad to be back.
All right, friends, because we are so glad to be back, we are, of course, going to do what we have dubbed our weekly
Wackly.
Yes! Our weekly wackliness. Oh my goodness. So it has been so long since we have seen you, and since we've made one of these videos. So for today's weekly wackliness, what we are going to do is we are going to have like 5 minutes or so to draw a quick comic strip informing you of what we did over our break. So we're gonna draw it. It'll, you'll be able to see what we did, and you can see who has the best art skills. So let's get started. All right, so we are now going to show off our lovely artwork and kind of narrate, just give a little brief overview of what our art is. So I will start. It goes on. I read more and more books, and more dogs appear until by the end, I think I read 12 books over break, and there were 6 dogs. So that's pretty much all I did. There were a lot of dogs and a lot of books. So that was my Christmas break. See, and on Christmas, I have a little Santa head on to show that it is Christmas.
All right, can I go next?
Go for it.
All right, mine is a work of art. You'll notice how wonderful my stick figures are. All right, so first frame is Christmas morning. All right, and you can see on the clock, it's 6 a.m. You can see me and my wife, Jenny. We have kind of frowns on and a cup of coffee. Look how happy our daughters are with their Christmas presents there. All right, the next frame is me sitting on the couch looking at a TV, the TV we've had for, I don't know, about 6 or 7 years. All right, and you can see I look a little bit frowny over here. Okay, this is me going to Costco on January 2nd. All right, and you can see the aisles of all the different size TVs, and look at my face, I look happy. And then this frame right here is our new gigantic TV. Ah! Look how happy I look. All right, and then this final frame is actually me at church on scaffold all the way up by the ceiling above where the piano goes, installing some new lights. All right, up there. So I got to do a little project because I was getting a little stir crazy, not doing any work.
Good. All right, I'm gonna go next. All right, take a look. All right, this is an airplane because I flew to Florida, and my sister, this stick figure here, we will all look the same. All of our stick figures will look identical. This is my sister, and she has, let me zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit better. She has a little graduation hat on.
Aww.
And then, so she graduated. And I tried to write out the song, but it just looks like I'm calling her a bum, so we're going to move on. Then, this is Christmas, which we all experienced, but I woke up at 6 a.m. also because we always wake up at 6 a.m. And then this, I drove to Minnesota, and I preached in Minnesota, and I am in my little bubble here. You can see I look the same as my sister, except I have a mask on, and my little word bubble says, "Have you heard about Taylor Swift?" And because I preached about Taylor Swift. Not all the way, but I did a little bit. And then in this last frame, when I got home back to Wisconsin, not back to Chicago, when I got back to Wisconsin, we played a bunch of card games. And the card games that we play, we have to sit across from our partners.
Mm-hmm.
So this one here, me. You can tell because I look the same. And this one over here, that's my brother. And the joke is that I said that we win And he said, yay, but the joke is that I don't think we won a single game. He and I play, and we're the team undefeated, but we lose every time. So we're team very defeated. It's every single time. We always lose. There might have been one game that we won, and we may have run around the house a little bit. Maybe taken advantage of being sore losers and sore winners, if we're being very honest. So I'll have my break.
All right, that wraps it up for weekly wackliness. All right, you too can take and make a little comic strip of what you did over your Christmas break. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can send it to us at ResCovKids
at gmail.com.
What it is? Let's start over. And we would love to see what you have. Now, it is time to do the wheel. And now, because we are so technologically fancy and because we have to be in different places to stay safe, the wheel is now digital. Amazing. All right, and we have some new things on the wheel now. We have, ready, Disney Name That Tune, where we will play different Disney songs and the contestants have to name them correctly or what movie they're from. Water in the Face, where you have to throw a glass of water in your own face. You have to do Backward Word Challenge, where you read different words backwards. Who can say them the best? The No Thumb Challenge, where you tape your thumbs and you have to do different tasks. We have the Childhood Story, where you tell a fun story from your childhood. And then Blind Lego Challenge, where you have to be blindfolded, build something with Legos, and we'll see how you did. And then a Dizzy Bet Race, because it's classic and great. And then a somersault race, where you are given maybe 30 seconds, and we see who can do the most somersaults in 30 seconds. Now, it gets better. You will get a chance to participate in the wheel challenges. If you join us on our Wednesday night calls, we will put the names of all the kids that are there on a little wheel like this and spin it. And then we will take 2 to 3 kids to come and join us in our little recording studio here and do the wheel challenge for that week. So join us on Wednesdays for a chance to be in our ResCov Kids videos. And we'll also have other opportunities, which we'll tell you about later. But now it is time to spin the wheel. Spin it, Kaylee. So stay tuned to hear one of us tell a childhood story.
Hello and welcome back to our special segment of Big News, told to us by none other than Mara.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in for today's Big News. We've got some great and interesting things happen today, so let's get started. Lilia and Ruby are having an amazing family movie time this week. They sound like they have an awesome plan, and it's going to be very fun. Felix and Lydia have been learning to sew. Felix has completed a project. Lydia is working on one. It's just incredible. A great skill to learn. Thank you for sharing. And Sam Buchenkamp wants to share that he is getting glasses. So exciting. Thank you for sending that in, Sam. All right. Back to you, RCK.
Thank you, Mara, for all of that big news. That was really wonderful. Thanks for sharing all of that with us.
Should we let her back into the studio? Let's do it.
Oh, thank you. Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back, Mara.
It feels nice to be all three of us again. Thanks for sharing big news with us, Mara. We appreciate hearing all of your big news. So if you have other things to share, send it to rescubkids@gmail.com. And if you have photos or anything else that you'd like to let us know about, that's how you do it. What's up, ResCov Kids? So today we are talking about a really important person in the Bible. And we said we were talking about the New Testament. We're starting in the New Testament, and that's true. But there's somebody in the New Testament that kind of comes before Jesus, and he's part of the story and is important for us to know. Maybe this will give you a clue right here. That it's important for you to know who John the Baptist is. And so John the Baptist is, let me read it to you. I'll read it to you straight from this Bible right here. Here she is. Here we go. John the Baptist was in the wilderness calling for people to be baptized to show that they were changing their hearts and lives and wanted God to forgive their sins. John wore clothes made of camel's hair with a leather belt around his waist.
he ate locusts and wild honey. Do you know what a locust is? That's a bug, like a really big bug. And so he ate a ton of locusts. He kind of looked kind of gross because he like wore a bunch of weird things and was very furry. Like he wore like skins of other animals, right? And he just ate like honey, like wild honey, not from a plastic container, just like wild honey. Do you see that? This is from a jar. Ugh. So much of this, just like spoonfuls. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. You know what? Actually, 10 out of 10. I think everybody should eat spoonfuls of honey. That was pretty good. But so he would just, people kind of thought he was weird. They wrote him off. They didn't really want him around because he was kind of crazy. He was saying kind of crazy things. He was talking about who Jesus was before they even knew who Jesus was. And he was saying, Jesus is coming. There's a man coming. I'm not even worthy to unbuckle his sandals. I'm not even worthy to unstrap his shoes. And this man is coming, and it's not me. And so you're going to watch this video about John, and you're going to introduce, and you're going to learn a little bit about baptism, a little bit about who John is. And then when we come back, we'll talk about what the color meant when it was leaving John. Well, it was with John and then going into other people. But when did it go into other people? Pay attention to where they were, in what thing they were in, and what they were in when they got full of color. So pay attention, and we'll be right back.
하늘은 히 해들이 호.
까마움 백돔네.
백통해.
나 우백돔네.
유 백통이.
우백돔네.
백통이.
우백돔. 우백돔네.
To victim not.
아.
Okay, so you saw that the color was going from John into these other people because John was baptizing them. Now, we can talk a little bit more about baptism when we talk in person because baptism is kind of complicated, but basically, it's when the Spirit of God comes into you because you have said that I will follow who God is. So you are deciding for yourself that you are going to follow God. And so they are all jumping in the water with John. John is saying, you've been baptized and then we'll go. But what's important to know is that Jesus got baptized too. And he got baptized by John. John, the one who said he was not even worthy to unbuckle the sandals of Jesus, and yet he baptized him. Which is so interesting, and it's very interesting for us now to know that even Jesus got baptized, which means we should be baptized. But it's a decision that we get to make or that our parents help us make. Our parents are really important in helping us make this decision. And just like John the Baptist was, he was important in helping those other people make decisions. Your parents get to help you make that decision too. So you should talk to your parents about baptism, and then we will talk more about baptism together. But as you saw, God was holding on to all of these people, right? Like God was filling them all with color, filling them with God's Spirit. And so it's very interesting for us now to remember that John the Baptist knew that Jesus was coming, knew how to help prepare people for Jesus, and then lived in a way that kind of surprised people sometimes, but in a way that loved who God was and really loved Jesus and worked really hard to love Jesus well when Jesus came. So friends, remember that, and we will see you next week.
All right, welcome back. And now it is time for our wheel challenge. Kaylee is going to be telling us a funny childhood story. I hope she doesn't get injured in this one, but sometimes those are the best and funniest stories. Let's see. Take it away, Kaylee.
So I was maybe in 3rd grade, 4th grade. I was still pretty little. And I decided with one of my friends who lived on the same block as me that we were going to see who could swing the highest. And so we're swinging and we're like really high. We're very convinced we're about to flip over the swing set. We didn't. That's not really possible. We were very convinced. But we then decided, you know what would make this 10 times cooler? If we jumped off of the swings into garbage cans. Because, I mean, why wouldn't we do that, right? So we are swinging and we're up really high, and all of a sudden we just like launch ourselves into these garbage cans. Guess what? It did not work. We did not make it in the garbage cans. In fact, we hurt ourselves and we got scraped up all on our arms and on our legs because we missed the garbage cans all the way. So we're just like laying in our yard because we missed garbage cans and we just jumped off of swings from really high up. And here's me telling you, it is a bad idea Don't do that because you will get hurt. It's not fun. You have to learn how to land. We did not do that. We had no idea what we were doing. So, long story short, don't jump off of a swing set into garbage cans because you won't make it and it will be painful. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Kaylee, I am glad you are still alive today.
Barely. You barely.
Experience. Any scars?
No, not from that.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. It was so lovely to be able to do this after being gone for so long. Thank you for joining us today with RCK, which of course stands for Red Vines
Childhood.
Kilimanjaro.
Wait, that doesn't stand for it. It stands for Red Vines.